The Kingslayer. He escaped in the night.
How? How?
Robb's sense of honor and his ideals were built on his father and his mother both.
Tell me this isn't true.
He's fighting this war, and his mother has just done something terrible in his eyes.
Jaime Lannister has played you for a fool. You've weakened our position.
It makes him wonder, why are you following this code to the letter, and why are you so committed to loyalty, honor, dignity, duty, beyond, to the exclusion of all else, when nobody else around you really is? And is that a smart thing to do, or is that a stupid thing to do? His father was that way. What happened to his father? It all becomes too much in a way that's, I think, weirdly reminiscent of what Jaime says, where just at a certain point, all of the different promises that you've made start to conflict with each other, and something has to give somewhere. Robb definitely is hyper aware of what it would mean to break his oath to Walder Frey.
And you're marrying her for a bridge.
An important bridge.
What's so great about Talissa is that she asks deep, kind of probing questions. She's forcing him to confront his own idealism in a critical way that I think he finds challenging, but also makes her much more attractive to him.
I don't want to marry the Frey girl.
Maybe it's almost a bit of realism kind of seeping into his world, and a recognition and acknowledgement that people aren't perfect, and that sometimes your own wishes and your own desires and your own happiness does need to play a role in your life. I think it was a crack in his worldview that let all of these questions start to seep in a little bit.
I took the great castle of Winterfell with 20 men.
You're a great warrior. I saw the bodies above your gates. Which one gave you the tougher fight, the cripple or the 6-year-old?
You're as disgusted by the fact that he apparently killed these boys.
I treated the Stark boys with honor, and they repaid me with treachery.
You treated them with honor by butchering them.
As much as she looks like she just wants to slap him across the face, I think she also wants to rescue him from this predicament he's found himself in.
Every man in the North wants to see you hanged.
She's a Greyjoy, and he's a Greyjoy, and there aren't that many of them. You know, they're the only two surviving children of Baelon and their deceased mother. And you have this quiet moment between the two of them.
You were a terrible baby, do you know that? Bawling all the time, never sleeping.
As much as there is rivalry and animosity and jealousy and all the rest, there's some love there. And that's, I think, what kind of makes the relationship more tragic, is that if it was complete hatred, you know, all the way through, it starts to get a little bit boring after a while, because that's a kind of a one-note relationship. But, you know, like many familiar relationships, this one is very complex.
Don't die so far from the sea.
I hear Joffrey plans on fighting.
An inspiration for the troops. The young king in his shining armor, fighting to defend the capital against the wicked old rebel.
He's only a boy.
Younger boys are off fighting his war.
I think Tyrion really believes what he says, which is that to have the king on the front lines is great for the morale of the troops. And that's what, you know, Robert always did. Robert, for all his failings as a king, was a great leader on the battlefield. He would charge into battle with no regard to his own safety.
His place is not on the battlefield.
It's not on the throne either.
Cersei is a bit paranoid, and she has some justification.
Do you think I'm an idiot?
No, I'd say you possess above average intelligence.
You've shipped off my only daughter. And now you want to send my eldest son to the battlefield to die.
She knows that Tyrion despises her son Joffrey, so it makes sense to her that Tyrion would try to have Joffrey killed in a way that no one could possibly blame Tyrion. So she becomes convinced that this is all a plot on Tyrion's part.
We know that she can be vicious and dangerous and take pleasure in the pain of others.
Why are you smiling?
Cersei wants to undermine Tyrion in any way possible, and Tyrion doesn't have that many intimates.
She thinks she's got him because she's found his whore, and she's smart enough to know that he's fallen in love with this woman. The irony being that she's got the wrong girl.
Ros had been with Tyrion in the first season. Tyrion gave her a necklace.
Really, a Lannister lion necklace. You need to hide your secret whores more carefully.
You understand why she thought that Ros was the whore that Tyrion was in love with, and feels that if she takes this young lady as a hostage, she can ensure Joffrey's health on the battlefield.
That's an open declaration of war. Now, I think Tyrion knows how formidable she is and how hateful she is.
Tyrion has to pretend that Cersei got the right woman. It's a little bit of a two-part game he's playing. I mean, there's the real anger, which is that Cersei has just tortured this innocent woman. And then there's the stage anger, which is that Tyrion has to play it as he would if Cersei had taken Shae.
A day will come when you think you're safe and happy, and your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth. and you will know the debt is paid.